Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of Anime Ramble. Today I got for you Boruto Chapter 58. What's going on in Boruto Chapter 58? Well, the chapter kicks off kind of where Chapter 57 left off, right? It's regarding the medication that Amato has given Naruto to potentially give Boruto to help slow down the advancements of his Otsutsuki-ification process. Now, Naruto warns Boruto that this isn't a quick fix to the solution, right? It can't reverse anything that has already been done, but he's not going to force Boruto to take the medication. Ultimately, it's his decision. Boruto being Boruto, even knowing that it could potentially cause death, because this wasn't created by Amato to cure an Otsutsuki, it was created to kill an Otsutsuki. So it's really not medicine in its entirety, it's just poison, and we're hoping Boruto can withstand it, or it might actually eliminate the Otsutsuki altogether, but nothing actually does happen. Immediately, Boruto very quickly comes to a decision right then and there, pops up 2 of them, and it was like, oh yeah, it doesn't have a taste or anything like that. And Naruto, this is a great moment. Naruto, you see a dad moment out of him, and I personally liked seeing the dad moment because he is a father, right? You're not going to tell me in a series where he's fighting for his kid's life, he's not going to have a lot of these dad moments, especially in a situation like this where he's, giving his son drugs. Let's just call it for what it is. But Naruto, he was like, did you even think about it, right? He questions Boruto about his decision just now, and Boruto comes to a very mature decision. He was like, I've come to terms with what is gonna happen and what might have to happen regarding him becoming an Otsutsuki. Either they're gonna find a solution, in which case he was presented with one, the medication, and he took it. It was either gonna kill him or kill the Otsutsuki, or it was gonna have a neutral effect. Either way, he says he's come to terms with that. And in terms of if he does become an Otsutsuki, he understands they're gonna have to take care of it, right? I think Sasuke actually said it to him directly in a previous chapter, so yeah. So this goes into the next part of the chapter as he leaves his father and he goes to meet up with Kawaki, Sarada, and Mitsuki in order to train with the Hokage and Konohamaru looking over and watching them. Kawaki, he learns that Boruto is taking these drugs and he gets pissed, right? Rightfully so. If my friend came up to me and was like, yo, I'm taking experimental drugs that aren't actually drugs that are meant to kill an Otsutsuki and we're hoping that I can survive them as well, I think this is a good idea. I would look at him just like Kawaki looked at Boruto and was like, are you stupid? This also goes into Kawaki saying, I thought we already had a plan to transfer your karma mark to code. And Boruto claps back and was like, that was a theory, we don't even know if that can work at all. So he's exploring all of his options. And I'm sitting back and I'm watching this drama unfold, and I'm like, yeah, you goddamn right, it was a fucking theory, because I'm trying to figure out how y'all thought y'all were gonna get close enough to code to put the karma mark on him, knowing that Sasuke does not have his Rinnegan anymore, and knowing Naruto does not have Kurama. If we're being honest, unless Kishimoto plans to fucking make Sage Mode Super Saiyan 2, I don't know what's gonna happen, alright? Sasuke still needs a new eye. When is he gonna go to Orochimaru? Because I know he has some on backup. I know he does. I know he has an entire shelf. If not Orochimaru, then he needs to go find a Shin somewhere, right? Isn't Kabuto overwatching that entire orphanage that was set up to them? I don't really remember if that's canon or not, but either way, there are eyes available and he needs to track one down. They're being very casual about this situation, and this is compounded on top of the fact that none of them are aware of Eida at all. This is not just a fight about code anymore. This is a fight about code and Eida, however you want to pronounce it. But in all honesty, both could potentially end in death. And either way, you have worse odds going into this fight now than you did before, because as of the entire destruction of Ishiki, Kawaki has lost his karma mark, so no more wind tunneling jutsus away for him. Naruto, no more Kurama mode. Sasuke, no more Renin Sharingan. Code is the fucking same. Code is actually leveling up more than these kids are leveling up right now, okay? Code just got a fucking cheat code of an android that has clairvoyancy. Nothing is looking good for these kids, alright? But this is the thing, back to the review. All of this is happening, right? And Sarada, she's fed up with all of this, alright? At this point, the whole reason that they are there is to train. So she's trying to get some order to the group and, be the head of Team 7. But Kawaki, he's not having it because he really thinks that what they're doing is they're doing it too slow. This goes back to something that Boruto has said, in which I thought we was gonna have a chance to fight the normal way. Well, that's all fun and games until you realize that you're up against androids. Nothing about this is normal. Nothing about this series about Boruto is normal in the sense of what we remember in Naruto. So to go back now is kind of like backwards progression, because I don't remember them ever fighting androids. So Kawaki says, no, this is stupid and slow. He understands that it's tradition, but he mentions you need all the time in the world to prepare to fight Code. The fear for this man is real from Kawaki, and Kawaki has feared all of them thus far. Alright, but that was back when he had his wind tunnel. So with all the back and forth, Mitsuki, he finally steps in and he's like, okay, what would you do then, Kawaki? And he says straight up, and it's something much simpler than trying to train to master jutsus or to learn formations. What he does is go for a full-on attack at Mitsuki. Okay, his plan is to train through combat. Now Mitsuki, he doesn't mind. All right, he says I could do either one. Boruto, he's kind of in the middle, but he would prefer to train with how Sarada wants to train and do things as a team. Kawaki, he's going rogue right now. And Boruto, he's like, yo, we got to bring it back together. We're not doing this as a team. We're not even sparring as a team. But then after Kawaki, he's done giving the hands to Mitsuki, they don't really get anywhere with the fight. But he's done with that. He goes after Sarada. They exchange, do some quick things here and there. Kawaki gets the jump on her after using a shadow clone to, you know, throw her off after her using a fire style ninjutsu. That's when Boruto gets in the mix. And he jumps in. He was like, yo, enough is enough. All right, the only way he is going to listen is through force. So in that moment, they had made a deal. Whoever wins their one-on-one fight would agree to train how the other one wants to train. They both agree to the terms, and their fight is fire, okay? Fucking loved it. Boruto gave Kawaki the absolute hands, and what fucked Kawaki up in this entire thing is that when Boruto went to use his lightning style thunderclap arrow, Kawaki was in the air and he had turned around and he had tried to absorb the jutsu, right? His body is running off of muscle memory. He instantly thought, damn, I fucked up, because he had tried to absorb with this karma mark that he no longer had. And it was in this moment that he had to really think to himself how much he was really depending on the karma mark for combat, right? Is he really that weak? That's really a thought that had to cross his mind. Even though he doesn't want to train like this, it's very important for him to train like this, considering other than the scientific ninja tool augmentation that he can do to his body, he really doesn't have a repertoire of ninjutsu because he wasn't trained in ninjutsu. He was trained in order to be a vessel. With Boruto winning, they agree to train how Sarada wants to train. Keep in mind, Naruto and Konohamaru, they're overwatching all of this, and Konohamaru actually was going to step in at one point because he thought Kawaki was getting out of hand, but Naruto was like, nah, let them handle this is important. And with the conclusion of that fight, Naruto had made the comment, he was like, he's really growing up, and Konohamaru remarked on his remark, and he said, he reminds me a lot of you. So Boruto at the end of the chapter, coming with some powerful words to Kawaki, after he beat him, he says to him that he doesn't have to rely only on himself and that he has a team there to back him up. That he shouldn't feel guilty for Kara and everything that's happening to the village and to Naruto and to Sasuke, and to feel like a burden because they're after you. And you're in the village and you're not coming out the village, and my father kind of said that we would protect you, so in reality it is your fault, but it's not your fault, and you shouldn't beat yourself up because of this. You get what I'm saying? Kawaki, he can't let the pride go. He says, I guess I'll stay in the village or whatever. Kawaki's reply was comedy, okay? He says those words would sound a lot better if they were coming from somebody more reliable. And everybody, including myself, was like, bro, you just lost. Like, take the L. Boruto just put you on your tail. That's wild to me, but hey, Kawaki, he agrees to stick around and train their way. He's probably going to train under Naruto to learn some ninjutsu, considering he knows very little in terms of how to fight like a true ninja, how a true shinobi. I love shit like that, and you know Naruto loves training shinobi. That was kind of like what got away from the youth of this generation. It was remarked heavily during the Chunin exams that they're losing the ninja way, and obviously with the implementation of the scientific ninja tools and everything that happened with Boruto and him cheating, he was just firing off jutsus, right? So Naruto, he's very traditional in the sense that he wants the youth to showcase their true ninja talent. And for Naruto, this is a dream come fucking true, to train somebody who wants to learn ninjutsu. Now Kawaki, he kind of doesn't, but he's really just concerned that they don't have enough time against Code. He would definitely want to learn how to get stronger and how to train in the ninja arts. So I'm confident that Naruto is going to train Kawaki. Boruto is going to stick with Sasuke. Don't know what he's going to do about his eye. Hopefully Naruto gets an improved, upgraded Sage Mode, something comparable to that of the first Hokage's level of Sage Mode, because if he's not able to combine the Sage's 6 Path Mode with Sage Mode, or draw on the Sage's 6 Path Sage Mode, that's a mouthful. Pause. If he's not able to do something like that, we are in a world of hurt, because Code and Eida are coming, and we don't even know if they're going to pick up anybody else down the road. But ladies and gentlemen, that is all I have for you today. If you made it to the end, thank you. If you are new, go plus ultra and smash that subscribe button. It lets me know you rock with the content that I put out on the channel. Like the video if you like the video, dislike the video if you dislike the video, comment on the video your thoughts, subscribe if you are brand new, and like always, until next time, I'm out.
Field breaks.
CIA, we're almost out of time. Mission area secured. You made JSOC proud.
Textbook.